All right, hello and good day to everyone, to all of the guests of Adapt International Convention. Well, this is quite unconventional what we're doing right now. We would supposedly meet in person, so we're in a big hall, so I could see you and you can see me. But considering the current situation, this is the best we can do. So then, welcome to my living room, and you're hearing my voice all the way from Delft, Netherlands, also known as Holland, most of the places in the world outside the Netherlands. Well, it's good to have you here. I actually wonder what got you here, what really motivated you to enter this conference, but no matter what motivation, I hope so far all the videos you have watched has had a good message for you, and this could be also one of those videos. Well, actually, this is maybe quite a different setup compared to the other ones. Maybe the other ones are mostly about the tech, the business, and entrepreneurship itself. The intention of this video would be more of like the story behind all of that, right? The person who we are and what actually drives us and why we're doing what we're doing, right? The life of an entrepreneur. Maybe about that, I could tell you a bit more about myself. I'm Nima. I'm 27-year-old. I'm actually originally from Iran. I was born in Tehran and I was raised there until I was 17. When I was 17, I moved to Malaysia, actually, to Kuala Lumpur, and I lived there for 4 years. Met a lot of great friends there, some of my good friends who are part of the organizing team behind this cool event as well. And some 6 years ago, I moved to the Netherlands. And well, as an aspiring entrepreneur, I think you can resonate with me. You could relate that it's not only one thing that we gotta do great that makes us who we want to become. It's actually a collection of all the things that we have to do or learn. And maybe I think one of those things is being able to have big goals, dreams, and visions, and sticking to them, no matter all the problems and the obstacles that come our way. So today I want to share one of those stories. It's an anecdote, a story of my own life that happened actually quite recently that hopefully has a message for you as it has had for me. Okay, so as you might have seen from the title of the video, if it has a short title, it says, "Lose hope, but don't give up." The longer one says, "It's okay to lose hope, but don't give up." So this message is trying to remind all of us that in the path towards the goal, the dream that we have, there's going to be a lot of obstacles, right? That we're going to face. A lot of them could be internal, things that we have to deal with internally, right? About ourselves and our situation, our background. A lot of them could be actually external, things that happen to us because of the world situation, like Corona, etc. And no matter all of those, if we still keep our eyes focused on that big goal, even if the setbacks happen, and all those setbacks might make us lose hope, if we still have that bigger goal and not give up, slowly but surely we will reach there. And throughout all these hardships, we could still keep our eyes focused and be able to orient ourselves in different ways to reach that big goal. Now, let's get to the story itself. Okay, so this is a story of a little kid named Nima, it's me, who was really playful and quite naughty. He always loved to climb everything. So if something was climbable, he would climb it, whether it's just a table, a closet, a drawer, a wardrobe, ledges, walls, no matter what. If there was a way to get up there, I would go. And yes, it wasn't safe all the time. A lot of times, many accidents happened. I got myself into a lot of troubles, but I was just a kid, you know. And I just enjoyed being up there and the struggle that I had to go through to get up there. And of all the accidents that happened, should have had a lesson for me. Nima, sit down, like behave, be normal. But no, that wasn't the lesson that I took. The lesson that I took, that I actually love it. I enjoyed to the every bits of it. So I did it more and more and more. But somewhere down the line, unfortunately, when life got a lot more serious, I lost that part of me, that version of Nima who really enjoyed being playful, doing crazy stuff, doing dangerous stuff, like just being a little bit more active actually. What happened the past 6, actually 8 years, I haven't officially done any more sports. As a kid, I was quite sporty, done so many different types of sport, but it all stopped at some point, you know. A life happened, but that's not a story of what happened that I stopped. It's about a story that even though that happened, I didn't give up, right? So I lost hope at some point. I thought, oh, I've become a grown up already, and these kind of things are not for me. But it was not so long ago, I think around 2 years ago, more or less, that I just noticed I'm not me anymore. I'm not that version of me who was more 100% all day, right? So I feel like all of us at some point through our lives, we wear some different masks because of the situation we're in, because of the people that are around us, or because of who we want to become, right? Right, so they say a lot, fake it till you make it. I don't necessarily agree or disagree completely with that sentence, but we get the sentiment, right? So if you want to, for example, become a businessman, we have to start learning those practices, all that like is involved with it, surround ourselves with those type of people, read more about it and everything. So you try to put yourself in that situation. And unfortunately, life has put me in a situation where I was more into just studying and maybe only into crunching and numbers and business and computers, yada yada. And that other part of me who was more active was completely lost. But when I was reading these books and I realized, hey, there's this different part of me that I'm missing, I was looking for ways to get back in, but I didn't have a motivation or a trigger for it until a day I met a friend of mine who said that he's actually a coach for skydiving, of all things, right? And I told you about the little Nemo who loved just climbing everything. Well, I'm a human being. I also have fear of heights, maybe not at a very extreme level where it would paralyze me or I wouldn't be able to look out of the window or look down and see what's going on. So not only that level, but just enough that I could like struggle and then deal with it. So I was like, this is actually something I really wanted to do since I was a child. Since I was a child, every time I saw a video, someone jumping from that airplane, I was like, I want to do this. But I never knew how to even start with it, right? This was just a childhood dream, which I had no way or knowledge of starting with it. But now I was at a situation where I could. So I told the guy, hey man, I love this. Where do I sign up? Can I jump this Saturday already? And I was like, hold up, not so easy, fam. You have to do trainings, you have to get a medical license, get the license for jumping. Well, when you're ready, you have to be in shape physically and everything. He was referring to my really not prepared body at that moment. I was like, he's right. Okay, so I cannot do this now, although I really want it and I have found a way and the person to do it together with. I have to start making a planning. So the plan was, I'm going to do this in like 14 months-ish, more or less, by next summer. So this is, I think, May, June of 2019, and I was planning to do this by 2020 summer, which is around July, August in the northern hemisphere where I live in the Netherlands. That's around the time that the weather is better and everything. So I had to start planning and see how I can do it, but it wasn't that easy. It wasn't so straightforward. Alright, so from here on, the story actually gets a lot more exciting with so many more details and happenings, but unfortunately, I have a very limited time and I can't share all those details here with you. And we're just going to name some incidents that happened, and I hope that you can make that story around these incidents for yourself. And let's see what is a bigger message here. So I had to start making all those plannings, put aside some money every month so I have enough budget by the time that is the day of the jump. But that wasn't my biggest problem. My biggest problem was my health, my body. Basically, I was obese, I was overweight, I was obese. And I had to get in shape, and I didn't really like going to the gym because it's really boring to do it on your own, at least for me. So I thought, let me start with some like a group activity, and I really like martial arts. I really enjoyed taekwondo when I was a kid, so I picked up on that. Week one, okay. Week two, okay. By week third, I was already so excited that in some like wrong movement, I injured myself. I tore my right knee's meniscus. Well, I didn't know that I have done this. I only found out a couple of months later when I actually took it serious enough to go to a doctor, get an x-ray. I even did some mountain climbing in between with the knee, and only in the middle of it realized, oh, it's so much pain, I can't do it. Put that story aside. So I had to start doing physiotherapy. Well, the doctor said I can do an operation on your knee, but that's not going to solve the problem. The problem is this: you got to fix this part first, so you wouldn't get yourself in those kind of pain again, and you have to get your muscles stronger, so to say. I was like, fair enough. Started doing some physiotherapy. It's around month February. I was invited to a friend's birthday party, and the birthday party was disco skating. I don't know if any of you have seen or been there. Man, I would say don't try it. It's quite dangerous. A lot of people break their wrists, they break their arms, yada yada. But I didn't break those. I broke something else. Well, guess what? I broke my left ankle and I tore my left knee's meniscus. So I was down. I was down on this very couch for weeks. I couldn't really get up, I had to use crutches. I had lost hope, seriously. And while I was going through this, Corona started. Yes, this is also one of those stories that has Corona in it. Any story from the past year, you know that Corona was somewhere in it. So to say for me. So I had to also use a lot of my savings because a lot of my side incomes and side hustles and everything also got cancelled. So I needed the money for living, so to say, and for making new businesses. Long story short, I was at my worst point ever. Mentally, physically, financially. When those moments happen, we usually have two choices. Either to lean into them and just sit there and accept our fate, so to say. Or we could say, no. I'm not going to accept this. I have a power to change my situations. And I didn't have a power on the moment. I just had to think so much to remember all the books that I have read, all the videos that I have watched, all the conferences that I have gone to, and all the things that I have heard from other people, that it is possible to change your situation, to change yourself. The story is a lot more longer. The process that I went through mentally was a lot more longer. It was still dark days and the winter, so to say, early spring. And I had to make my own spring. I told to myself, you know what? No matter the situation, no matter the circumstances right now, I still want to be able to make it. I want to make my dream come true by end of this summer. And so I did. I've got less than 2 minutes left. I haven't even started with the story of the jump itself. Oh my God. All right. Anyway, so let's skip forward. I had to start physiotherapy again, take it a lot more serious. I had to start doing sports next to it very slowly, from upper body, then slowly down to the lower body. I had to fix my eating habits because I had to lose a lot of weight. On that time, like Corona and like the broken ankle, I had reached 115, 116 kilograms. And I was 16 kilograms, 70 kilograms away from the weight that I had to be able to jump from that airplane, because the max weight could have been 99. Fix the eating habit, fix the sleeping, everything, right? I had that goal and I had all the motivation to do it. Fast forward, it's finally the day of the jump. I have already finished my trainings, I have done my courses, I've done my exam for the jump. I am, theoretically speaking, ready. Day of the jump, ready for the jump. I'm not allowed to jump. Why? Because I don't have a medical certificate. What is a medical certificate? Oh, I have to go to a doctor, show them that I'm healthy enough to be able to make this decision and jump. Had to wait for 2 months until I got that because all the doctors were away for holidays or vacation. They were fully booked. Not every doctor was willing to sign that for me. Had to be even more patient. Meanwhile, when a day finally come and I was able to jump, man, that day was way too long. I started being there from 9 in the morning. A lot of things happened that wasn't actually my fault. This whole different story. I wasn't able to jump until the last hour of the day. And because the weather got bad, the pilot couldn't make it, yada yada. Throughout the day, they told everyone, you can go home. Like, there's a really low chance that you can jump. And I knew if I don't jump today, I'm going to be very busy for the coming weeks and month. I probably won't have the chance to jump again. But hey, so I waited. I persevered. And I was literally the last person among, I think, 20 something people who were supposed to jump that day. I think maybe 30. That I waited until the last hour, until the weather got a little bit better, the wind slowed down, we got on the airplane, it was finally about to take off, and I saw these small droplets of rain on the window. I was like, man, the clouds are coming. We're up there. The door of the airplane opens, and it's a crazy feeling. Like, just in the mid-air, the door of the airplane opens. First person jumps, second person jumps, it's the third person, it's me, I'm the last person. Beside a jump master. I have to go there, put my hand and leg outside the door, put my hand on the bar, leg on the tire of the airplane, the wind to your face, a small droplets of rain. And this is the moment. This is the moment that you have to let go. This was the moment that I was about to reach my dream of jumping. And I did. And I can tell you for hours of all those feelings, but long story short, I landed 6 minutes later, landed quite safely, everything went nice. But you know what was the most beautiful feeling? Everybody asked me how did it feel to jump. I want to tell them more about the feeling that I had when I arrived on Earth and I felt accomplished rather than the jump itself. The jump was just an excuse, just a vessel for me to show myself I can, to earn that self-respect with myself that, hey, you set your mind to do something, you did it no matter what. And this is the message that I want you to take away today, that no matter all the obstacles that come in front of you, if you have that childhood dream, if you have had this dream, adulthood dream, you have that goal, and the obstacles happen, corona happens, whatever happens, please don't give up. Like, it's okay if you lose hope, things happen, but again, step back and realize, hey, I want to stand up for this. So the moral of the story is, if we set our mind to do something and we put enough hours and pressure and like passion and love for it, we can make it. Us human beings, we are the ultimate adaptation machines. We are capable of doing extraordinary things. So let's do it, right? Let's not give up and follow our dreams. I hope this message, this story had something for you that you can resonate with. I wish I could see you right now in person and connect with you, but unfortunately the situation is quite different this year. So with that, if you want to reach out to me, I would like to hear from you, your feedback. Find me somewhere on the internet, on social media. I'm Nima Salami. It was a pleasure that I had this opportunity to share this story with you. Hope to see you somewhere on our tiny, beautiful blue planet. Peace.